Joint Admission and Matriculation Board on Wednesday finally admitted to errors which affected the performance of students during the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. The Registrar of the Board, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, admitted to this during an ongoing press briefing in Abuja. There had been outcries in different quarters over the poor performance in the results, wherein over 1.5 million candidates failed to score 200. While many had cited technical glitches in some of the centers, others had blamed poor time management and students' preparation. Jamb Registrar Professor Ishaq Oloyede at the press conference in Abuja yesterday broke down into tears as he apologized for the errors in the examination. Addressing the brief, Oloyede acknowledged that several technical glitches and irregularities disrupted the conduct of the examination across numerous centers nationwide. He disclosed that, as a result, 3,797 candidates would be required to retake the exam. Parents of the candidates affected by the human error which led to the glitch in the 2025 Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examination have demanded the postponement of the planned receipt, which begins today till June 2025. Some of the parents who spoke in an interview on Thursday cited the traumatic experiences of the candidates, the ongoing West African Senior School Certificate Examination, and the distance to the exam centers among the issues. A post from the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board on its official X handle on Thursday stated that all the affected candidates will be contacted to reprint their examination slips towards retaking the examination starting from 16th May 2025, which is today.
Registrar of Jamb, I hold myself personally responsible including for the next. As Registrar of Jamb, I hold myself personally responsible including for the negligence of the service provider and I unreservedly apologize for it. And the trauma it has affected Nigerians to, directly or indirectly. We have decided that all the candidates affected in the 157 centers of the 882 be contacted to retake their examinations. These candidates are to be contacted through text messages addressed to their registered phone number from tomorrow, their email addresses, their profiles, and phone calls by Jamb. They are directed to reprint their examination slips for the rescheduled examination dates.
Okay, I want to start with you, Comrade Onem, on this particular aspect. We already saw the clip of the Registrar Oloyede actually shedding tears on live TV over the incident of the glitches. I also want to recall our minds to a particular candidate. I'm not going to push that to him, that actually took her life. She took her life because of the lower grade she has. We can recall of the emotional trauma most Nigerian parents have been into, and now we also know that WAEC is in section and most of the students are already undertaking WAEC exams. So what is the possibility of retaking this Jamb exam and also writing WAEC exam? I want to get your thoughts on this situation, because we've had these discussions over and over again, and some people were saying that the reason for the lower results were the faults of the candidates. And some said that it's a glitch, actually a glitch from Jamb. But finally, Jamb has come to admit that it was actually their faults. I really want to get what you make of this, please.
Well, it is quite unfortunate that we see this kind of thing in this country. By now, to me, I think the Jamb registrar would have resigned for his failure. Why am I saying this? We joke too much in this country. When a man that is given a responsibility fails to do it, to act, then there is need for him to honorably resign. During the process of the Jamb examination, there are people that sometimes, like when I registered, then the picture I submitted to them was not my picture that I saw at the end of the day. And that cost me a lot. That I happened to forfeit that examination. Then, why was it so? It was because of the technical failure. The technical failure on the part of Jamb. Now, when it was time for the exam itself, when I heard on radio that some parents were complaining that the timing of that exam was not that comfortable to them. How will you fix an exam of this nature to kickstart by 6 a.m. in the morning? I don't know if you are aware. Some was 7 a.m. in the morning. So you expect someone who will be writing such an exam to leave his house. Like if I was posted to a center in Bori, I will leave my house at that time and travel down to Bori. Let me say I will leave by 5 a.m. in the morning or 4 a.m. in the morning and travel down to Bori to write an exam of that magnitude. Let me tell you, while we were writing Jamb manually, we had every time. Not that I'm saying that we should go back to the analog, era, right? Okay. But we had every time to travel down to where our center is, stay for a while, refresh ourselves. Then when it is time for the exam, we walk in majestically and write our exam without any problem. Now they introduce CTB, right? This computer CBT, computer-based test. You introduce a computer-based test without establishing those centers in some of the local government. For those who are rural dwellers, those students who are rural dwellers, to at least have an access to the computer before the exam proper. Those things were not put in place by Jamb. They woke up and they said that we'll start writing. That is what they want to introduce in WAEC. We want to introduce a computer-based test. It's a good one, but before then, did you put anything on ground for the student? Was there an adequate preparation for the student? Did you sensitize the student on how these things will be done? Nothing of such was done. Nothing of such was done. They went ahead, they did it, and these people cannot question the authority. Today, look at those who are not used to mouths. You just take them to an exam. How do you expect them to perform?
Oh.
How do you expect them to perform? Now, let me also remind you to the issue of Mesoma and all of that. You know, the back and forth during that period when Mesoma was saying that she was the highest and all of that, to an extent that Jamb even went ahead and suspended Mesoma. Without proper, to me, I would feel, without proper investigation. Now, today, look at what has happened. And he's out there crying like a child. To me, by now, he would have resigned from that office because of his failure.
All right. Let's hear from Chief Wale on this thought, please. And rightly, let's... I know you have a whole lot to say on this. I just want us to not use harsh or verbal or vulgar words.
He said, when a bird flies anyhow, you shoot anyhow. Thank you, my brother. He said, let us face the truth.
Okay.
I was there some time ago. I told you there are a lot of factors that can lead to failure.
Yes.
One is technical failure. The failure of the technical failure. Tension and all that. Above all, reading. Look at it today. Glitches have been a normal mantra for failure in Nigerian society. Look what happened during the election era. He said glitches. It's a mantra for failure. It's a mantra for failure. That man should go. If I were him after crying, I would just throw in the towel. Because it's beyond his integrity. It's a failure. And you are telling people to what exams for? What are you taking exams for? See, it's a simple truth. Jamb should go. It's simple that Jamb is revenue making institution for government.
Okay, and then considering the fact that Jamb actually has one of the highest budgets for each year in each sector. No, I'm not defending. No, I'm not defending Jamb. I'm not. I'm asking a question. You know, when the National Assembly drafts budget, Jamb actually has one of the highest. He talked about most of this technical problems and computer getting affected. Yes, glitches. Isn't those funds supposed to be used to put those things in place?
This again too, that would have been test run before the examination proper.
Okay.
Technology is like even human. It can be plan to come yesterday. Something happened. It can happen anywhere.
Yes.
I told him that I do not have respect this vehicle. He can buy it from the shop on your way to break down. He doesn't want to know who you are. Okay? Sometimes in a convoy, a government vehicle will break down, they break another vehicle. That is normal thing with technology. So, before you do such thing, the technicians, sometimes they understand the technical clue. They can sabotage. Let me tell you what happens in this system. If you don't want a good job, employ monkey. Since you cannot pay for it. This is the happening. One day, internet, there can be some sabotage. There would have been money budgeted for it. They will not put out that money. Then the technicians will go back. The man will recommend this is what you want. You will not give him money. Are you getting me? Sometimes if something is 100 naira, you want to give him 20 naira. Go and check first. In a sensitive environment like this, within Jamb office, there has been some level of sabotage. This man is not just crying for that. He's crying also for the sabotage. But like my brother said, that me as a person, after crying in the public, he threw in the towel. You resign. You failed. Whatever you want to eat, he has the voluntary. It's an insult. People, you should come and do this. It's not money. The same people, like you said, you know how much they spend racing Jamb. You know how much they spend going to CPT centers. You know how much they spend in transport. You wanted to go all hog again. It's just when I say I'm talking to, it's madness. It's insensitive. It's insensitive. Now, to me as a person, Jamb should be scrapped because it has outstayed its value. What's the Jamb doing? After Jamb, you still go to university to take post-UMD. So what's the need? Are you getting me? You are taking exams. Jamb, in those days, Jamb will place you to universities. You don't need to go to any exams again. But this time around, after taking the Jamb, the university has a choice to take or not to take you. So what is the essence of putting Jamb? Why they are allowing Jamb? Because it's making money. Jamb is a revenue generating institution, agency of government. Whether people like it or no, okay, let's have 1.5 people start for Jamb. and the Jamb form is not less than 5,000 naira. Times it by that figure.
It's more than 5,000. It's more than 5,000.
I just gave instance.
Okay.
1 point something million people. 1 point something million. How many? 1.9.
Yes.
1.9 million people. They say Jamb. Times 5,000 by 1.9 million. That one is basic money to Jamb. You go to bank, you do your what they call it, is it teller or remitter? You pay to government.
Are they not supposed to pay for the?
I'm coming, listen.
Okay.
You are supporting these people. Now, you thank God it's for me that it's more than 5,000. Let's assume give and take 5,000 naira. 1.9 people pay 5,000 times it. It's huge. That's not the only expenses. You begin to go to the computer center, come tomorrow, come today, your sleep is not out, yeah, this is not out, blah, blah. You're spending that money. You still pay the CBT center where you go to do all these processes. Okay? You pay bank charges. You pay transport. At the end of the day of the Jamb, you also pay, okay, how can you put exam by 6 o'clock? Somebody lives in far away, Nembe, live far away, Yanagua, far away, Obama. They want to risk safety. Suppose in those days you wanted to come to Port Harcourt, sit and stay, and then maybe the money goes to exam. It's also inconvenience. Suppose you don't have where to stay, they want somebody to leave house. By that time, you begin to come. Which vehicle will even carry you? You pay for that. So if you put together all you have spent, it's nearly 20,000 naira. And at the end of the day, you failed. You wanted to come back again to spend another money. Can you see it? You see where the cheat, insensitivity on to me as a this alone, I will if I'm National Assembly, honestly speaking, I will bring a rule. I'll come with emotion because it has outlived its usefulness. Why was the Jamb established is to stabilize and then put admissions to the schools. But now, university also remember also, if Jamb send it to a school, university is not ready. They will tell you 200% is the benchmark or cut up on they call it so 180. When you still go there, the university tell you that we are looking for 250. So Jamb has no meaning. Jamb cannot place in the university. Take for instance, it's a normal thing. University will tell you their own score point. You go there after the aptitude test, what they call it. They tell you did not pass. They had that score, cut off point. So what does he need?
I wanted to hear from Comrade Onem on this part. The part where he said that they should come to retake this exam. What is the possibility that this issue of glitches will not reoccur? Because he did not state if the problem has been sorted out. He did not state if this errors has been cleared.
He's looking for the landing ground.
Let's hear from let's hear from Comrade Onem on this, please.
I think that his statement is just to attract public sympathy that he has apologized, and for that reason, people will want to believe that maybe by calling for another exams that they're actually going to do well. But to me, I don't think so. I don't think that calling for another exam is going to even solve anything, because the students are traumatized. They are traumatized. Just look at what is involved. Look at the tension that the activities, the attitude of Jamb has caused these children. And you expect someone who has experienced such thing to go back within these few days to rewrite such an exam? It won't be possible. It won't be possible. So to me alone, I don't even think that after apologizing, he would have went for that to ask for them to receive the exam. Because to me, it's inconsequential.
And I asked of the possibility that this errors has been fixed, and then another possibility that these candidates will not fail or have below 200 like the last time.
That I can't preempt what is going to happen, because to me, there is systemic failure virtually in everything in this country, every sectors of this country. There is. So I can't preempt if what happened won't reoccur again. Well, as it is, he hasn't stated what actually happened. degree.
Yes,
That
that's where I'm trying to
So
get
I
to.
can't preempt. I can't say that everything is going to be. What about if I say it now and at the end of the day, there was still a mass failure? What will you say in that? So to me, there was no essence of calling for the resitting of this exam. To me, he would have let go of everything and probably resigned.
Okay, your thought is he should resign, and then Chief Wale said Jamb should be scrapped, and also Oloyede should resign from office.
Well, I don't know. It's just time. Let me tell you, it's as simple as what I said. You remember somebody died in this case?
Yes.
A little girl died in this case. Is he crying for the girl? You see, sometimes I don't know what these policymakers. That man should be ashamed. Me, something you will have heard that I'll just call the public. I will throw in there. Like you said, somebody cried. I can mention the cried. I will not contest the election. They cry. At the end of the day, you are back there. Sorry to say, my brother who died in plague. They just came out with the report recently that Harvard died as Jamb equipment failure. So when you are not able to look at how they throw Philip George out of Super Ego, the guy left. You must put your integrity intact. If I were this man, and again, what I contest stands for, you can deliberate for all these 300 people. You should refund them their money. All the money they paid, the parents should go to court. The parents, it's an insult on the people. It's your fault, it's your error, you want me to come again. It's an insult. Oh. They don't, like I told you, I don't know why I'm not a lawyer. Because I would have taken up this matter, I'll go to court. All our expenses, all inconveniences, they will pay.
All right.
Because we begin to discuss.
Okay.
And again, sorry to say that, to make the matter, because government may not want to scratch Jamb because the money is making for them. Jamb is making a whole lot of money, a very big return to the government. So they don't want to. So the best they do, this man should go, or they should sack him. If he doesn't want to go, they sack him. Then universities, these children now, these 300 or whatever that I've done now, they should allow them to go to universities and sit the aptitude test. In short, they should move anything pertaining cut-off points. There should be zero cut-off point because at least fellow, you sit with the university system. Understand what I mean now? Okay. So that we can say melembe. Let every aspect rest. Right. Then what they will do, then the universities, gentlemen who have failed, let these people go to university, you have to test.
Okay, that's like a way of saying sorry into that.
Yeah, everybody that's no vanquish, no failure, no conqueror, nobody failed. Go to that same universities, throw it open. Do you have to test and then let them go. Whoever pass admit, that will end there.
Well,
simple. So forget about cut off, no cut off. In short, it's not the exams. Okay. You have collected your money.